Let me introduce our speaker. So today we are very lucky to have Danny share. Well, he want to share his experience of transition from working holiday to study overseas in Australia. And after graduation, he landed a job and a permanent resident visa in Australia. I think that's a very remarkable achievement. And he will briefly share about his experience working in Taiwan, working holiday in Australia, and how he overcome some big obstacles to get a degree in Australia and get a permanent residence. So, Danny, we are very much looking forward to your presentation.
Yeah, thank you, Beth. Thanks for having me to this presentation. Yes, I'm Danny. I currently in currently in Taiwan, but I work in Australia at the moment. I just come here for holiday, so yes, I just want to share my story to you guys. Just from working holiday visa to permanent resident visa in Australia. So as you can see, my journey is begin from 2014 May to 2021 June. So it's about 7 years time journey. So it's a bit long. So I spend so much time to find my many past photos. So it spends me a lot of time, but it's very interesting memory for me as well. So I'm happy to share with you guys. Okay, so let's start my presentation. So this presentation, I will divide it into 6 parts. So the first part is my education, which is my background in Taiwan and also in Australia. And the second part is my work experience in Taiwan as in 3 different Taiwan companies. And the following part is maybe in Australia. After that, I decided to study in Australia, in Tasmania. And after graduation, I want to share my work experience in Tasmania, which is my first. And the last is many people probably curious about how do I apply the permanent resident visa in Australia. Yeah, so this is the content. So let's start from the part, the education. Yeah, my is I graduated from National Taipei University in civil engineering. I got my bachelor's degree and master degree in civil engineering, and graduated by master's degree in Taiwan and Australia is civil engineering. So this is my background of my education. Yes, okay. Okay, so the next part is work experience in Taiwan. So I was a site engineer in 2011 to 2014. After graduation, I was in Zhonian construction company, and also in Zhongtai company as well during that time. And 2016 to 2017, I was in Chunyuan construction company. So my project was mainly like residential building, mass rapid transit station in Banqiao, which is MRT station, Y16. Yeah, it's done at the moment. So I was involved that work. So my main responsibility was like progress tracking and quality insurance, like steel bar or foam work. If decoration is like a paint or fireproofing or wall tiles, something like that. and also I was doing like exam calculation in office. So this is the quantity check in the construction work, and also I did the safety inspection and management, and I also delivered the property to customer because two of my project was residential buildings. So I need to deliver to our customer. So sorry because I don't have many photos in my during my work as a site engineer in Taiwan. So I just pick one picture to represent my work. So the left-hand side was me. It's not clear, but yeah, it is me. I was doing the inspection for the fireproofing. I was checking the depth of the fireproofing and yeah, the thickness on the ceilings. So yes, so I normally just do the inspection on that. So this is one of my work. Okay, so this is my site engineer experience in Taiwan. So after 2017, after 2014, why I want to move to Australia for the working holiday visa, because everybody know the construction in the construction industry, the working hours it's so long. It's like 12 hours or like 13 hours per day, and it is very long for me, and I don't have any spare time and to have eat with or hang out with my family and friends. I just normally focus on my work because it's long hours working in the industry. So I want to have a break and think about how should I plan in the future. So I want to take a break and have a gap year, something like that. So I decided to apply for a working holiday visa in Australia. So that's the reason why I applied the Australian working holiday visa. Okay. So the third part is I want to share, guys, my working holiday life in Australia, which is kind of big difference between Taiwan and Taiwan job. Okay. So as you can see, once I moved there, I just Google it before I moved to Australia. So I just okay, there is a strawberry season during that period, because I was applying for the working holiday visa in May, so I can to Brisbane in May. So I found there is a strawberry season in a small suburb which is called Caboolture in Queensland. So I just want to okay, maybe I can be a strawberry picker there to make money. Yeah. So as you can see, I just applied because the advertising was in Backpacker, a website called Backpacker. So I was applying this job from that website. So my supervisor just meet me in one of the restaurant in Caboolture. So we have a small chat, and he said, "Okay, you can come here for work next week." I said, "Okay, that's awesome." So as you can see, the left picture was me and my co-workers. So most of my co-workers are from Asia, and like I would say like 60% are Taiwanese people in that farm. So yes, there are many Taiwanese there, and 30% will be Vietnamese, Korea, or Japan. And the second photo was the last day of the strawberry season, so we took a group photo with my supervisor and me and my many friends there. And the third picture, why I put this weird picture in here is because strawberry picker is a hard work, because I need to bend my back to pick strawberry, and it's outside work, so I need to eat full energy in the early morning, because I normally get up at 4:30 or 5. I've got, so I normally eat like a rice and beef mince with milk, 1 cup of milk in the early morning to fuel for myself and get energy to make a strawberry work. So it's a hard job. And the last part is the honeycomb on the tree. So there are many bees on there, which is very scary and interesting. I think there are thousands of bees on that tree at the moment. I don't know why, but I just feel that interesting and just took a photo to show you guys how interested in that farm. And okay, I forgot to mention. So I got the weekly. So in Australia, we got normally weekly pay. So this strawberry farm, I can get 300 to 1,500 Australian dollar by piece rate. And what is piece rate is how many you pick. You can your salaries depends on how many trade you get in one day. So you can get as much as you can if you pick quicker, or you can just slowly pick, but you didn't earn not much. It depends on your speed and how many trade you get in one day. So in the low season, I would say like 300 or 400 something, but in the high season, you can earn like 1,500 Australian dollar in a week. So the exchange rate now is like 1 Australian dollar, and exchange rate here in Taiwanese dollar is 1 to 21. So you can just calculate yourself to get how many weeks we can earn in. So yes, so this is my strawberry farm. It is very big and huge. We have like 30 block. So this is one of the block. So yes, and the sky is very good. Because I think many people don't have this experience, I want to show you guys how to pick strawberries. I use the trolley, which is this one. It's kind of a car, and I put the tray in front of me, and the red tray is the rubbish bin. So I have to, okay, I just show you guys, because I want to I want to pick more faster and earn more money. So I usually pick 3 or 4 strawberry in one hand. So that's more efficiency and quicker and make money. So this is the pineapple picker. So this is hourly pay, so we can get 750 to 850 Australian dollar per week. So left hand side is our car we have a build, so we have to pick the pineapple on the build and the build into the car. There's 2 or 3 bits on the car. So yes, yeah. So it's a little bit dangerous if I go inside to pick. So we have to wear the specific pineapple pants to get in there to prevent any injury in our body. So, and the right hand side, this photo is our rest time. Also, as you can see, we can sit on the chair and enjoy our lunch. Yeah, so this is the car, and I took picture with my supervisor and my coworkers. And the third picture is how we plant the strawberry. We use the pineapple. So we use the pineapple head to plant on that. So, and the last picture is the benefit of my work, because I can take as many as pineapple I can. And this is another memory blueberry picker. I work in there in New South Wales and Tasmania, and we can earn like 600 to 1500 Australian dollar per week. So this is piece rate. So it depends how heavy, how much you pick, you can earn more. So if you pick fast, you can earn more. So this is the strawberry we normally pick. We normally have a bucket in front of us, and this is a tray. If the bucket full, we need to pour in the tray. And this is the work experience, work photo like that. And this is the tray card. So we have to give our tray to the supervisor. And the right hand side is very big strawberry, as you can see. So this is my leisure time in Australia. So we normally do the barbecue or like surfing or go hang out in the beach during the leisure time. The barbecue is we barbecue with the oyster. We pick on the beach, so which is very interesting. Yeah, so there was a very happy time at that moment because the farm work was hard, and when we have day off, we will like drinking or play or hang out together in the with my coworkers. And I also I also fly to Sydney to see the New Year's Eve firework. So this is the Sydney Harbour. I just went to the Blue Point in Sydney and waiting for one day for this amazing firework, which is very beautiful. So I study. Okay, so I moved into this part. So how to apply for Australian university? So first you have to get your IELTS or PT score and your academic transcript in your high school or university. I can recommend you can use PTE because PTE is more easier for everybody, I think, because there are many database question on the many websites, so you can use that. You can memory the question, and the next step is apply for university. So I contact one of the agent in Taipei. The company, because this is not advertising, so I didn't say which agent. If you curious, you can ask me. So okay, so I apply for the university. So you will get offer, or you will have a conditional offer in 5 to 30 weeks, because it depends on your English score. Because if your English grade is not high enough to go into the university, you can get the university probably will get offer you a conditional offer to improve your English. So, and the next part is we can also use a Ministry of Education study abroad loan for 1 million Taiwanese dollar. So this is very good for Taiwanese people. We can borrow the money from the bank for 1 million Taiwanese dollar in postgraduate degree. If you want to study doctor, so they will the bank will borrow you. So you can borrow 2 million Taiwanese dollar from the bank, but for master's degree is 1 million dollar, and then you can find a book accommodation in your university or in your Facebook or Gumtree. Gumtree is the Australian website, so you can find, and also the Chinese social media WeChat group as well can find the book accommodation. Okay, so because English is not good in the past, so I study the they give me the conditional offer. So I studied 20 weeks for the English Learning Center. So yeah, as you can see, many of my friends are from Asia. They are from China. They are from Japan, Korea. So this is my school. It's called University of Tasmania, UTAS. So this is my campus in Sandy Bay. And this is my study environment in UTAS. So left-hand side is my engineering building, which is not that big, but it's also good. And the middle one is our library, and the right one is our library as well. So because we have a summer vacation in from November to January. So I normally want to have a casual job in summer vacation to earn more money. So I applied so I was working one of the biggest cherry factory called Reed Foods in Tasmania. So this is me. We have a quality check in the cherry. So this is my co-workers, and the right hand side is my work experience in expert room in Reed Foods as well. After graduation, I need to find a work in Tasmania, right? Because at that time I think, okay, maybe it's easy because I have experience, 3-year experience as a site engineer. So I think it will help me to get the job quickly. But the reality is cruel because they just only recognize the Australian local experience. So I don't have like that professional experience. After graduation, I spent 1 year to find engineering job. First, I do the kitchen hand 2 months and farm hand in vineyard 2 months. I jump to the cherry and jump to the farm attendants in human aquaculture to repair nets. So as you can see, the journey is, so I spent 1 year to find the engineering job. It's a bit longer than I thought. Doesn't matter. I just continue to submit, just trust yourself. And after 1 year, I got the stormwater access officer in Hobart City Council. So this is a contract job. And after that, I jumped to the PDA, which is my current position as a civil engineer. So this is one of my work experience after graduation as a farm attendant in human aquaculture. I just repair the fishing nets. You can see these big, huge nets. So I just repair the nets. They are friendly and they are all Australian as well. Okay. So how do I find a professional position in Australia after graduation? So I would say you need to have a nearly perfect resume because this is first expression. So, and another one is a near perfect cover letter. This is the most important thing as well. And once you get the interview, you have to prepare the behavior question, which I recommend you can use the STAR method. The STAR method, you can presentation is like you have to tell the situation first, and the task and action and the result. And during the interview, you have to organize your story, something like introduce yourself or problem solving or conflict, something like that. And you have a perfect suit. You need to prepare a suit. And the last one is, I think, is important as well because I think you need to continue to submit your CVs, resumes, and interviews because I saw many of my friends, they just gave up after like 2 or 3 months because they couldn't find the proper engineering job. So it's not good. So you have to continue to submit. You have to trust yourself. And okay, so this is the photo. I show you I was a stormwater access officer in Hobart City Council. So this is my work environment. So my responsibility was like inspection the swampy. What is swampy? Is soil and water management plan. So once any construction site in the Hobart, so I need to inspect is there any the builder follow if there any, they just install the proper settlement fence there to prevent the stormwater or pollutant will go into the stormwater system. So I normally go to the field like 4 or 5 times a week to do the inspection. And if the builder didn't follow the swampy regulation, I will issue them the notification letter and they will get fined if they didn't improve the field situation. After that job, I applied another position in as civil engineer in PA, which is my current position. As you can see, this is my place, my work office. Benefits is for my office, for my position now is we can get the free beer every Friday. So we have Friday beers, so we can drink beer on Friday and work and during the work. In this picture, this photo, you can see my coworkers. They are from Australian. They are local Australian, and also we have South Africa colleagues as well, and they are like sports and they like marathon and running. So sometimes I will have a running event with them. And the right hand side is one of my model by using CAD in civil site design. So my responsibility in civil engineer is I need to design a driveway and run the cross section and long section, and also design the stormwater pipe, sewer pipe, and water pipe, and design the vehicle turning path area using civil site design software. So how to apply permanent resident visa in Australia? Okay. So first, one thing there are many ways to apply permanent residency visa in Australia. You can use like business stream, graduate stream, or like a long-term resident stream. It depends on your background. So I want to show you my background. I use a graduate stream because I graduated from Tasmania. This is the point table for Australian immigration. For this table, because the minimum immigration points now is 65 points. As you can see, there are age or English level, education or work experience, or partner, or if you're single, you can get 10 points plus. So or state and regional sponsor. Why I choose the Tasmania? Because this is the regional area, so I can get more points. That's why I choose Tasmania instead of big cities, Sydney, Brisbane, or Melbourne. So how do I get my permanent resident visa in AU? So this is my background. I met 65 points with my education in University of Tasmania, and also my age. So in my IELTS, I get the IELTS N6 point, and study in Australia for 2 years, and studying regional area 2 years, and I got the state sponsorship, which is Tasmania, and work experience, that's a bonus part. So for my example, I use these items to combine each other so the final points is 65. So I can the minimum criteria. So I just submit my immigration, which is the EOI, expression of interest. So they will assess your background is okay or not. Tasmania is better than the other state because the immigration policy is not like strict as the mainland in big city. So after 6 months, I submit my application. So after 6 months, I got my permanent resident visa. So which is very quick, I think, because the waiting period depends on the occupation, because there are many occupations. If you study accounting or IT, information technology, or nursing, so they will have different waiting period. So I can just only share you the civil engineering background. So my waiting period is 6 months, and many of my classmates in Tasmania is like the waiting list is about 6 to 8 months. No, 6 to 1 year. So this is the average waiting time. If you are civil engineer background, the waiting period is 1 year, 6 months to 1 year. This is my personal advice, because you want to move to Australia, work here, or live here for a long time. You need to have a dream in mind, because this is the motivation. How big is your motivation to live here and work here? And the second part is learn English well, because Australian or the people speak English, so it will improve your life quality as well. And the last part is make more good friends, because friends will help you in many aspects, and you will feel more happier when you make new friends or girlfriend. You can hang out each other, then it's help you to live here as well. So this is my presentation. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Danny. And well, it's a wonderful presentation. It's very detailed as well. So for our audience now, please enter your questions in the chat box, or you can simply raise your hand and ask Danny directly. So meanwhile, I will read the questions in our chat box to Danny, and you can answer them. So the first question is from our admin, Ming Hong. He asks you, how do you find your referrals?
Because I did many farm job before during the during the study period, and after graduation, I did many farm job. So I asked one of my farm manager to give me the referee, and because we have at least 2 referees, so after graduation I don't have work experience, so I asked my farm manager to give me the first one, and the second one was my professor in University of Tasmania. Yeah, he is my supervisor of my thesis as well. Yeah, and by the way, he's from Ukraine. Yeah, he's a very nice guy. So I used the 2 referee when I graduation. So after I found the professional engineering job, I will swap my referral. One of the manager in Hobart City Council, and the other one was another manager in Hobart City Council as well.
Thank you, Danny. Next question is from Oliver. Oliver, I know he wants to go to Australia in the future as well. He asks you, I'm curious about studying the postgrad program in Australia. Could Danny share some experience about studying in Australia? Do you have a lot of homework?
Yes, we have huge of homework, so which is very crazy. So yeah, so like I remember there's a semester I have many assignment, so I need to submit like 4 assignment per week. Oh, sorry, 3 assignment per week. So which means I have to submit 3 assignment in every week. So which is very tough, and that semester was crazy. So, but I think if you study hard, you will be fine. And the most important thing is you need to find a person who is very good at academic, and you can study assignment with him, and he will help you, and sometimes you will help him, and you can discuss each other. Don't just focus the assignment by yourself. You need to discuss with your classmate. I think it will help you more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you, Danny. And also, I want to add on more things. So, well, while you're in school, if your goal is to stay in Australia or in other country and find a job eventually, build good relationship with your advisor or your teachers so they can give you a reference letter after you graduate. Am I right, Danny?
Yes, that's true, because I got my referee from my thesis supervisor. So we have a good relationship. So that's why he happy to provide the referee for me.
Okay. The third question, Zheng Fuze Wei Ge, he asked, is it possible to get recognized by Australia for Taiwan industrial work experience and Taiwanese tickets, and how?
You mean the work experience or qualification?
I think he asked for both. But generally, does your working experience in Taiwan helps when you trying to land a job in Australia?
Yeah, I would say okay, I answer. The first is qualification, which means education, right? So it really depends on which university you study. Because if you want to immigration in Australia, you need to have an education which recognized by your organization. So for me, example, I'm in the civil engineering. So my organization is Engineering Australia. So you can go to the Engineering Australia first, the website first, and pick because there are many universities in Australia, and also they are recognize the overseas education as well. Depends on which year. So if you graduate from recent year, so probably the school can be recognized in Australia. So you can get the Engineering Australia website first and see what happened. And I think it will give you the answer. Because I graduated from NTUT, right? Because that was very long time ago. So Australian don't recognize my education because that's too long time ago. So that's why I study in Australia. So this is one of the reason. Okay, so and the second answer is for the work, right?
Yes.
I think it is the bonus part if you have a work experience in Taiwan as an engineering position. But I think they are very focused on the local Australia experience instead of overseas experience. So I think, yeah, it will help you on your interview because in the interview you can tell your professional experience or background during the interview. But the main point is you need to find the local Australian experience to help you. So I think that's the most important part and the most difficult part as well. Yes.
Okay, Danny, I just put in the chat box the organization you mentioned is at engineersaustralia.org.au.
Yes, you can just type Engineering Australia.
Okay, so I put that in the chat box. So for our audience, if you want to check that out, so you can go there. Thank you, Danny. The next question is also from Oliver. He asked you, did you find an agent to help you submit the permanent residence visa application?
Yes, I find a Chinese agent actually.
Okay.
Because it's good to communicate when some things happen. You can communicate with your mother language. This is more easier. Careful to pick your agent because many agents are not good people. You know? they just take your money and they didn't do many things. They didn't help you very much. So I would say you can ask your friend if they have a good experience from that agent, so that person can, introduce you that agent instead of you just go to the organization to find that agent.
Okay, so but now we know Danny. So if anyone wants a referrals, we can ask Danny, right? Because you apply and you got your permanent resident visa.
No, I think my agent is not good as well.
All right.
True. That's true. That's true. He just correct my grammar and just give me some small advice when I apply the visa. So I think I can do that. So it's not a big help, but yeah. But anyway,
okay,
it's a good result. Yep.
Okay,
that's fine.
As long as we have good results, and we have Peter H raise his hand. So Peter, do you want to ask Danny questions?
No, just in regards to getting the permanent residency visa or even apply for citizenship. I was using a lawyer, like an immigration lawyer.
Yes.
And that actually provides more professional support. So I think it'll be a better route. Like going to agent is one route, but going to a lawyer, immigration lawyer, is probably another route that people can look at as well.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. You can ask for the lawyer. Yeah, I think that's more reliable than agent. Yeah, that's a good point.
Not sure how much they charge, but
yes, they charge very expensive, but yeah, because the immigration you have to spend money, so you have to prepare the money, and this is not a very cheap deal, it's expensive, so yeah.
Thank you for your input, Peter. And next question, well, we don't have more chat box. But I have some questions for you, Danny, because I remember before we organized this presentation, you shared that many people after the working holiday, they are not able to transition into a professional job in Australia. It's because the two blockage they didn't overcome. The first one is money. The second one is language. And I want to ask about the money questions. So you mentioned in your presentation, you go to a bank and apply for like a study overseas loan, right?
Yes.
So what do you have to prepare any documents to the bank? Because I think it's not you go to the bank and says, hey, I want to study overseas. They will just
Yeah.
give you the money no matter what,
Yeah.
right? So what did you prepare for that loan?
Actually, it's not that difficult. You need to prepare your offer. I mean, your university offer. So first thing, you have to get the offer from your university. I mean, it's the official offer. It's not a conditional offer. It's the real offer, not conditional offer. And the second part is you have to find the person who can, what's that called, sponsor you or guarantee you. And the person must have to have work. So for example, I just so you can find your anyone, your parents or your. So I found I just found my father. So he can guarantee. So if something happen, the bank will go to my father if there any financial issue or something. And yes, the offer, you need to find the offer, and you need to find a person. That's it. So it's not that easy, it's not that difficult. And you just pick the bank because there are many banks can do this service like the overseas loan. So I pick the Fubon Bank. So I know Taiwan Bank can also do that. There are many banks can do that. So you can choose one of your favorite bank. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Danny. Next question. Actually, I have another question for you. So I want to ask. So after you graduate, when you apply a local job, like a civil engineer job in Australia, you mentioned the firm, they value local experience rather than overseas experience. Hey, but you just get graduate. You don't have any local civil engineering experience, right? So do you think your working holiday job, does that count? Does that help you? What would you say? Because it's totally different. Different jobs, right?
Yes. I would say if you find a very big factory like big meat factory or fruit factory, like very big company in Australia, I think it will a little bit help you if they are big. Even this is a farm experience, but it's a big company. But if you have a small company in Australia in farmhand, I think it won't help you. So and also I think it's very hard to find a professional job, especially after your graduation. So as you can see, even I have 3-year experience in Taiwan, I need to find 1 year to find a professional job. So I'm a normal people can do that. So I think you guys can do that and quicker than me as well, because I just a normal person. Yeah.
Thank you, Danny. I think you're being modest because all we can see from your presentation, yes, you have strong will and believe in yourself, and you do hard work to prepare either your working experience in Taiwan or working experience in Australia. You did your hard work, so you deserve these good results. Okay, next we are like 2 minutes left. We have 征服者威哥 raise his hands. So 征服者威哥, you have questions?
Yeah. Hi, Danny. I was wondering about, because you say you have 3 years overseas experience in Taiwan, and have you ever think about like using employer sponsorship rather than studying in Australia?
Yes, I did think about that, but I didn't do nothing because I think that's very difficult for me at that time. And at that period, my English was not good. Yeah, even now my English is not good enough. But at that time, my English was not good, so I don't think I can find a company to sponsor me in Taiwan. So I didn't do that option. So I just said, okay, I just think, okay, I can go to the university, uni first, and you use the graduate stream after the graduation. But the sponsor is quicker than graduate stream, so that's another good way as well. So if any people in Taiwan, if you think your English can communicate with people properly and you have a strong engineering background, you can just straight apply the job in Australia and see they can sponsor you or not. That's another way. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool, thanks. May I have one more question?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Last one before we transition to Chinese session, please. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thanks. And about the reference later, the content, it's you finish it and then get signed by your referee, or they just type the content for you.
The referee is not a letter. They just I only provide the information, which is include the name and the company name, the position name, email, and mobile number. That's it. The referee don't need to write anything for me.
Oh, cool. So
Yeah.
so your visa application, no need for the reference letter,
No,
formal reference letter. Oh,
no,
okay,
because
thanks.
the HR will just contact directly to your referee. So they will call my referee directly.
Oh, got it. Yep, thanks.
No worries.
Thank you, Danny. Before we transition into Chinese session, I do want to read through the chat box. They have something valuable information there. So
Yep.
first of all, Oliver says an agent charge almost the same as application fees to the government if you want to apply a permanent residence visa. And also, seems like Fubon Bank loan programs only for whoever live in Taipei City. So if you not live in Taipei City, you can search for other ways to apply loans. And last, Peter H says he can share the contact of his lawyer if you want to do permanent visa application. So thanks, Peter. And lastly, this is the purpose of the networking is very important. Like Danny, you went to Australia, you built your network, so your boss can give you reference for your future jobs. So this is the purpose of why OTEA is here. So here we have a group of people, professional engineers all over the world. If you are interested in working or studying a certain country, please let us know. Reach out to us on Facebook, send us a member application online. So we have a very good resource to help you to make your dream come true. Okay, thank you, everybody. So please stay tuned to the Chinese session.